This is how a peer review activity looks like as a student. The numbered steps here reflect how the teacher set up the activity. First showing instructions, then a space to hand in, next giving feedback, then in this activity I can select my best contribution, next we'll read or receive feedback, here we'll reflect on the assignment, and finally see our grades if they're published. Let's go through from the top to see how this learning flow works. So after reading the instructions and working on this group assignment with my two peers, we need to hand in our production in this second step. We can see that 2 submissions are required, but in this case I can still add another file. To do that, I would click on Add More Files, upload my file, and it'll appear here. If I upload the wrong file by mistake, I can press the bin icon to delete it, as long as the submission deadline hasn't passed. If at any time I run into trouble, I can contact support with this blue button in the bottom left, and can usually expect a response within 5 minutes. Once other groups have handed in their work, it'll be automatically assigned to me to start giving feedback, with more or less documents appearing here, depending on the required number of submissions and required number of reviews. So how do I give feedback? That's as simple as opening the document, selecting a region I wish to give feedback on, choosing a criterion in the sidebar to which the feedback applies, writing my comment, optionally choosing whether it's a compliment or suggestion to further guide the reader, and clicking on Post, after which my feedback comment appears in the document. Back in the main activity view, I can see that I've also completed a self-assessment of my own work and already made progress with feedback on my peers' submissions. Clicking on the Continue Reviewing button will bring me to this overview interface where I can both view and change the scale ratings or comments I left, as well as see the documents in question. Simply clicking on each file brings me to the viewer, with the sidebar now containing the criteria for my reference. Any required comments still needing to be left will appear in the sidebar. Once I've finished reviewing, I can click Done, and my peer will receive my feedback. In this activity, the teacher asked me to select my best feedback contributions, encouraging me to think critically about my own evaluations. In the next step, I can read all that feedback I received from my peers by clicking on Review Overview and scrolling through each reviewer's feedback ratings and comments. As the teacher set reviewer anonymity on here, I won't see the names of my reviewers, but rather these fruity pseudonyms. Next, I'll be able to reflect on the process. However, here the deadline has already passed and I can no longer complete this. But let's go down and see how my grades look, as it looks like the teacher has already published them. Here I can see a weighting for each item, reminding me if there's still something missing. And don't forget, the teacher can delay publishing of grades, set deadlines, determine anonymity, and much more. See our other videos or contact us directly for more information.